Introduction. As people age, their bodies go through many changes. Some of these changes are normal parts of aging, but others may be warning signs that something more serious is happening. Doctors who care for the elderly often see certain signs in their patients that appear months before the end of life. These signs can be subtle and easy to miss. Families and caregivers may not realize what they mean. Knowing what to look for can help families prepare, make important decisions, and provide the best care possible. This guide will explain 9 subtle symptoms that doctors say may show up in seniors months before death. The goal is to help families understand what may be happening and how to respond with love, compassion, and support. Increased fatigue and sleep. One of the first signs doctors notice is that elderly people begin to sleep more than usual. They may feel tired all the time and struggle to stay awake during the day. Even small tasks like getting dressed or eating a meal may leave them feeling exhausted. This extreme tiredness is not just about being sleepy. It often means the body is slowing down. The heart may not be pumping as strongly, and the body is using its energy to keep vital organs working. Families may see their loved ones spending more time in bed or dozing off during conversations. While rest is important, this deep fatigue can be a sign that the end of life is approaching. Withdrawal from social activities. Another warning sign is that seniors may stop taking part in activities they once enjoyed. They may no longer want to visit with family, attend church, or go to community events. They might become quiet and seem uninterested in what's going on around them. This withdrawal can happen for many reasons. They may be feeling sad, anxious, or too tired to interact. In some cases, they may be coming to terms with the end of their life and turning their focus inward. It's important for families to be patient and understanding. Encourage gentle connection, but don't force social interaction. Being present and offering quiet companionship can mean a lot. Loss of appetite and weight. Doctors often see a noticeable drop in appetite in the months before death. Seniors may lose interest in food and eat much less than before. Meals may be skipped, and even favorite dishes may no longer appeal to them. This loss of appetite often leads to weight loss, which can make the person look frail. There are several reasons this happens. The body may not be able to digest food as well. Taste buds may change. More importantly, the body is preparing for the end and no longer needs as much fuel. Family members should not force eating. Instead, offer small portions of easy-to-eat foods and keep the person comfortable. It's okay if they eat less as long as they are not hungry or in distress. Changes in breathing. Breathing patterns may change in the months before death. Doctors report that elderly people may begin to breathe more slowly or irregularly. There may be pauses in breathing, shallow breaths, or sudden deep breaths followed by quiet periods. These changes can be a natural part of the body shutting down. The lungs may no longer work as efficiently, and the brain signals to breathe can become weaker. Families may notice sounds like gurgling or rattling, which can be frightening. These sounds are usually not painful. Comfort care and keeping the person's head raised can help ease breathing. Hospice teams can also provide support with these symptoms. Confusion or changes in mental state. Seniors may begin to show signs of confusion or become disoriented. They might forget where they are, mix up names, or struggle to follow conversations. In some cases, they may see or hear things that are not there. This can be distressing for families, but it is often a sign that the brain is receiving less oxygen and blood flow. Doctors also note that medications and infections can make confusion worse. This change in mental state is common near the end of life. Gentle reminders, a calm voice, and keeping the environment quiet can help. It's important to speak with the doctor to rule out other causes of confusion. Changes in skin color and temperature. The skin can give clues about what is happening inside the body. In the months before death, the skin may become pale, blotchy, or take on a bluish tint. This is often most noticeable on the hands, feet, and around the mouth. These changes happen because blood flow is slowing down. The skin may also feel cool to the touch, even if the room is warm. Families may notice that the person is more sensitive to cold. Keeping them warm with blankets and soft clothing can help. These changes are not usually painful and are a natural part of the dying process. Trouble swallowing or speaking. Doctors often see that seniors have more difficulty swallowing as they near the end of life. They may cough when drinking water or struggle to eat solid foods. In some cases, they may not be able to speak clearly or at all. This can be caused by weakness in the throat muscles or changes in the brain. It may become harder for them to tell others how they feel or what they need. Families can help by offering soft foods, using straws or spoons, and paying attention to nonverbal signs. Being patient and kind is key. Communication may become more about presence and less about words. Loss of control over body functions. Another subtle sign is that seniors may begin to lose control of their bladder or bowels. This can be due to weakening muscles or changes in the brain's control over these functions. Accidents may become more common, and the person may need help with personal care. This can be embarrassing and upsetting for them. Families should offer gentle care and avoid making the person feel ashamed. Using incontinence products, keeping skin clean, and working with a care team can make this easier to manage. A sense of inner peace or letting go. Surprisingly, one of the most meaningful signs doctors report is a sense of peace in the person who is nearing death. They may seem calm, quiet, and even content. Some people talk about seeing loved ones who have passed away or describe a feeling of being ready to go. This emotional change can be a comfort to families. It suggests that the person is coming to terms with what is happening. They may no longer fight the process and may instead be focused on saying goodbye. Families can support this by being present, listening, and honoring the person's wishes. What families can do when these signs appear. Seeing these signs in a loved one can be heartbreaking, but knowing what they mean allows families to respond in ways that bring peace and comfort. First, open and honest conversations are important. Families can talk with the person about their wishes, fears, and hopes. Simple, loving questions like, "How are you feeling today?" or "Is there anything you want us to know or do for you?" can help the person feel heard and supported. Second, families can reach out to professionals who specialize in end-of-life care. Hospice care is designed to support people in the final stages of life. These teams include doctors, nurses, social workers, and chaplains who focus on comfort and quality of life rather than curing illness. Hospice can be provided at home, in a hospital, or in a special care facility. Families often say that hospice support made a big difference for their loved one and for themselves. Third, it's important to be present. Even when a person can no longer speak or respond, your presence still matters. Hold their hand. Sit with them. Play soft music or read aloud. These small acts can bring deep comfort. Being with someone as they approach the end of life is one of the most meaningful ways to show love. Families should also take care of themselves during this time. Watching someone decline can be emotionally and physically draining. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to cry. Support groups, counseling, and talking with friends can help family members cope with grief before and after the person passes away. How to talk with doctors about end-of-life care. Open communication with medical professionals is key when you notice changes in your elderly loved one. Many families hesitate to bring up the possibility that their loved one may be nearing the end of life. However, having this conversation early allows everyone to plan together. You can begin by asking the doctor for an honest opinion. What changes should we expect in the coming weeks or months? Or is it time to start talking about comfort care or hospice options? Doctors can help explain what stage your loved one may be in, what care options are available, and how to ensure comfort. If possible, include the senior in these conversations so they can express their wishes. Some people may want every possible treatment, while others may choose comfort-focused care. Talking about these wishes ahead of time gives everyone peace of mind and reduces the chances of confusion or disagreement later on. Medical professionals can also help you understand the benefits and limits of treatments. For example, they might explain whether continuing certain medications or procedures would truly improve quality of life. In some cases, treatments may be stopped if they are causing discomfort or have little benefit. It's also helpful to ask about what signs to watch for next. This can help families prepare for what's ahead and make plans in advance. Write down the doctor's answers, and don't be afraid to ask for clarification. A good medical team will understand how difficult this time is and will answer your questions with care and honesty. Making end-of-life decisions with care and respect. Once it becomes clear that a person is nearing the end of life, families often face hard choices. These may include deciding where the person should spend their final days, whether certain treatments should continue, and how to provide emotional and physical comfort. Start by learning what your loved one wants. Some people may have already written their wishes in documents like a living will or advance directive. These documents let others know their choices about things like life support, feeding tubes, or being resuscitated if their heart stops. If these papers are not in place, ask gentle questions like, what would bring you peace now? Or, how do you want to be cared for? Try to make decisions together as a family. Include the person's voice if they are still able to speak for themselves. If not, those closest to them can often speak based on what the person would have wanted. Family meetings with a doctor, nurse, or a hospice worker can help everyone understand the situation and plan the next steps. Sometimes family members may not agree. Emotions can run high, and people may see things differently. In these moments, focus on the wishes of the person who is ill. Their comfort and dignity should guide every decision. Bringing in a social worker or spiritual advisor can also help families find common ground. Comfort-focused care may involve stopping certain treatments, using pain-relieving medicine, and making sure the person feels safe and calm. Many families find that choosing this kind of care brings relief, not just for the patient, but for everyone involved. Honoring the memory of a loved one after they are gone. After a loved one passes away, families begin the process of grief and remembrance. This time can be painful, but it can also be full of meaning and reflection. Every person grieves in their own way. Some people cry openly, while others feel numb or quiet. All of these responses are normal. One way to begin healing is by finding ways to honor the person's life. Sharing stories, Looking through photo albums or gathering with friends and family can help keep memories alive. Some families create memory books or hold small ceremonies where people can say goodbye and share what the person meant to them. Writing a letter to the loved one who has passed can also bring comfort. It gives you a chance to express thoughts and feelings that may not have been spoken out loud. Other people find healing through creating art, planting a tree in the person's memory, or volunteering in their honor. Religious or spiritual traditions can also offer guidance. Prayers, rituals, and ceremonies may help people find peace and meaning. For those who are not religious, quiet reflection and time in nature can offer the same comfort. In the weeks and months after a loss, be gentle with yourself and with others. Grief does not follow a straight path. Some days will be harder than others. If the sadness feels too heavy, talking with a counselor or joining a support group can help. You are not alone. Many people are walking this path and are willing to listen and support you. Most of all, remember that love continues. The bond you had with your loved one doesn't end with death. It changes form but remains strong. Honoring their memory means living with kindness, sharing the lessons they taught, and holding them in your heart as you move forward. In the final section, we will offer some practical tips on how to prepare in advance for end-of-life care, including what documents you may need, how to involve the right professionals, and how to ensure your loved one's wishes are respected at every step. Preparing in advance for end-of-life care. Planning ahead for the final stages of life is one of the most important and compassionate things a family can do. When done early, it allows your loved one to make their own decisions and helps the family avoid confusion, stress, and conflict later. Preparing in advance does not mean giving up hope. It means being thoughtful and responsible about what lies ahead. Start by having open conversations with your loved one while they are still healthy enough to express their wishes. Talk about what kind of care they would want if they could no longer speak for themselves. These discussions may feel uncomfortable at first, but they are vital. They give clarity and peace of mind to everyone involved. Important legal and medical documents. There are several documents that help ensure a person's wishes are respected. These include Advance Directive. This outlines what kind of medical treatment a person wants or does not want if they become seriously ill. It may include instructions about life support, feeding tubes, and other interventions. Living Will, a type of advance directive that focuses on end-of-life treatments. It tells doctors and caregivers what kind of care the person wants when they are close to death and can't speak for themselves. Durable Power of Attorney for Health Care. This names someone the person trusts to make medical decisions for them if they are no longer able to do so. This person, often called a healthcare proxy, should understand a person's values and wishes. Do not resuscitate, DNR order. This tells medical staff not to try to restart the person's heart or breathing if they stop. This is a personal decision and should be made after discussing the risks and benefits with a doctor. Having these documents in place can prevent confusion and ensure that medical professionals and family members follow your loved one's wishes. Keep copies of these forms in an easy-to-find place and make sure key family members and the doctor have copies as well. Choosing the right professionals. Caring for a loved one at the end of life can be overwhelming. That's why having the right team of professionals makes a big difference. Your primary doctor can refer you to palliative care or hospice services. Palliative care focuses on comfort at any stage of a serious illness. Hospice care is a special kind of palliative care for those who are expected to live 6 months or less. Hospice teams often include nurses, doctors, aides, social workers, and chaplains. They work together to care not just for the patient, but also for the whole family. They help with pain control, emotional support, spiritual guidance, and practical help like bathing and medications. Hospice care can happen at home, in a hospice center, in a hospital, or in a nursing home. Some families also work with elder care attorneys who can help with legal matters like wills, estates, and guardianship. Financial advisors can help with planning for the cost of care and managing any benefits or insurance. Don't hesitate to ask questions and explore different options to find what best fits your family's needs. Planning the environment. Think about where your loved one wants to spend their final days. Many people wish to be at home, surrounded by family. If that's the case, make sure the space is comfortable, safe, and quiet. You may need to adjust furniture, install handrails, or get special medical equipment like a hospital bed or oxygen. Hospice providers can usually help with these needs. If staying at home is not possible, look for a care facility that offers warmth, respect, and quality end-of-life care. Visit ahead of time, ask questions, and involve your loved one in the choice if they are able. Emotional and spiritual preparation. Preparing for the end of life also means tending to emotional and spiritual needs. Encourage your loved one to express their feelings, memories, regrets, and hopes. Some people may want to see friends or family members one last time. Others may want to speak with a spiritual leader or counselor. Creating a peaceful space can also bring comfort. This might include playing calming music, reading poetry, lighting candles, or surrounding the person with favorite items or photos. Everyone is different. The goal is to help your loved one feel safe, loved, and at peace. Conclusion. Preparing in advance of the end of life allows families to focus on what truly matters, spending meaningful time together and honoring a loved one's final wishes. It ensures the person receives care that respects their values and dignity. It also gives families the tools and support they need to navigate a difficult journey with strength and compassion. While it may never feel easy to face the end, being prepared brings a kind of peace that helps everyone involved. Remember, love is the guiding force. With careful planning, open hearts, and gentle care, families can make the final chapter of life one of grace, comfort, and lasting connection.